And welcome to today's race stream here in the lovely hills of Spa Francorchamps. We have a lovely 52 lap race around these hills, and as we all know, the weather... Oh no, 15 lap race. As we all know, the weather around here is quite peculiar, but that won't play a factor in today's race. Those drivers have just driven off, and I can tell you the order now. Tommy, Mr. M, Kimmy, Alfie, Goose, and Seb is driving the safety car. The drivers are doing their formation laps, and we are watching them do their formation laps. It's very simple. Around we go. Let me introduce you to the team. I am your commentator, Nath, and that's it. No. Wesley the Amazing is doing race control along with Creeper, and as I've already mentioned, Seb is doing safety car. There are a few other people who are apparently doing mechanic jobs. Believe them. This is the reprofiled corner here at Spa Francorchamps. This name has 3 corners, and one of them is No Name Corner. Quite ironic, actually. Kimmy, Alfie, already spending time off track, and it's the formation lap. This could be an interesting race. Alfie starting from the back. He's going to try and win this race. He's literally doing a last to first challenge. We'll see how it turns out for him. 15 laps around this magnificent racetrack. It's a classic racetrack. Been on the F1 calendar since at least 1989, since it was remade into a proper racetrack and not a massive collection of high-speed roads. Every time it's come here, the fans have loved it. The cars now gonna line up on the grid, and we are gonna get ready for an epic race of epic proportions. Here are the drivers lining up, no one going into the pit lane, and the lights will go out soon. See Tommy there, Mr. M, Kimmy, Goose, and Alfie, all getting into their grid spots. The green flag flies. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and they're green. Away they go. Great start from the first 2. Terrible start for Goose, and Alfie is making up a position already. Up into P3. He's made up 2 positions. He is going for the win. Let's ride on board with Alfie as we go up a rouge. You can see just how close they are. The 2 drivers in front. The 2, one Dutch GP and 1 APS driver. The 2 liveries look very similar. Actually, no. Kimmy is in the wrong livery. Alright, well, down the inside goes Alfie. Kimmy going around the outside, he gets the position. Alfie does not. Alfie holding back a little bit. Trying to go down the inside is Alfie, gets blocked off by Tommy. Great racecraft and great defending from Tommy. Defending on the inside, trying to go down the inside is Goose, and he maintains his position. Alfie, though, very close to the rear end of Tommy, and he is going to try and battle as far as he can. Through Prawn now, Alfie going to try again. Through Piff Paff, massive lockup from Mr. M there. Another Pocomo driver. The 2 Pocomo drivers currently at the back of the pack. A massive lookup from Tommy, and Alfie is hunting him down. through Paul Ferreira, and up we go to the Blanchimont corners, the famous Blanchimont corners, where Max Verstappen pulled off his epic around the outside overtake, but Alfie is going to try down the inside into Blanchimont. Alfie's the inside line, he takes it, and Toomey goes wide. There's contact, that's 2 drivers out. Alfie is upside down. That is a massive crash. Safety car instantly deployed. Alfie landing on his wheels, luckily. And the championship leader, the triple-time world champion, is out. He's starstruck. He's currently out. Mech is calling desync. Mech is being a mechanic for Toomey. Here's Toomey, he's also got a shed load of damage. He's currently just made it back into the pit lane start. Here's Alfie. That is what I call a stricken corpse of a race car. That was not what you want to see on lap 1. Over to Kimi now. He is leading the race. He is a Dutch GP driver, and he is currently in front of Goose. Goose is then followed by Mr. M, and Mr. M is followed by Toomey. Alfie has been crashed out of the race. Well, bombshell of a start right there. You couldn't have predicted that one. 2 laps in, and the world champion of BeamGP is no longer driving in the race. And the safety car's just gone off. That is not exactly what you want the safety car to be doing, as he is still off track. Kimi does slow down and let him back though. Here is that corpse again. I really would like to see an instant replay of that, but I fortunately don't have one. Here is Toomey, just leaving the speaker corner and going through Puon. Let's have a look at Seb, the safety car driver. It's going to take a few laps to sort out as they go up to Blanchimont. You do not write these scripts for these races. You could not write a script for these races. And, well, we've just had the biggest table flip of them all. Riding on board with the safety car now, and you can just see it's a carbon fibre everywhere. The wings, the side pods, the floor, everything strewn across the racetrack area, the grounds of the racing area, and that is one heck of an impact. And I can guarantee you that that is not going to be an easy decision for the stewards on who to blame. But they'll be talking throughout the night about that incident. And we are now 1 driver less in the race. What a twist in the story. Now, I often say that I couldn't tell you that was going to happen, but I could not tell you that was going to happen. I don't think anyone could have told you that was going to happen. around Rivage we go, and we now have 4 drivers in the race. 3 laps into the race, and we're 10 minutes into the race. Buckle your seatbelts, grab yourself a thing of popcorn, get yourself a massive thing of water, or whatever drink you would like, but preferably water, as we are going to have a very long time to go. Safety car is ending though, so we are now being slowed down by Kimi, and the drivers are now warming up their tyres. Let's have a look at Goose. What a camera shot that was. And we will see just when Kimi decides to go, but there will be no overtaking until the drivers get told that they can go. It's green flag, and Goose has decided upon himself that he is going to go. But this is the pack, and Kimi has now gone. Again, no overtaking until the start-finish line. And I think he's just realised that, but I think it's way too late. Ooh, a lot of sliding from Goose as he is back, but the stewards will look at that for sure. I have no idea what went through Goose's head as it's 2 by 2 entering turn 1. La Source, Mr. M, now behind Tumi. Tumi is getting up into P3. He's getting his positions up, down through, up through Rouge. We go round Radion, and little screw from Mr. M there as he tries to get his podium position back. Let's ride on board with Mr. M as we can see just how close he is. That says APS. He's not an APS. As did he just drive off? Tumi takes the escape road, and he is now back in P4. He's going to have a lot of work to catch up, and let's have a look at... That's not who I wanted to talk to look at. Mr. M, as he tries to catch up to Goose. Down we go into Le Double Gauche. I definitely mispronounced that. The double left. And, well, it seems to have evened itself out, the gaps. I don't think there'll be many risks being taken, but Goose, as I say that, oh, we've had an issue, and we will be back. We are back, and a safety car has been deployed as I try and have a look. Oh no, that is Goose, and he is upside down, missing 2 wheels and a nose cone. Drivers are not very happy with this person's behavior. The audio has gone. Where's the audio gone? They're saying that he driving very dirtily. And well, we haven't been able to see what happened. We can only guess what happened. And yes, he is entering the pit lane, and so is Kimmy. So I assume a lot of damage has happened. Let's have a look at... oh, everyone's in the pit now. Apart from Goose, who obviously can't drive. This means there are 3 drivers left in the race, and at this rate, we might not even make lap 15. Having a look at Kimmy now. We've never got this much trouble before. Newfound territories. We're gonna have to see what the stewards say. So let's ride on board with Tommy, who is apparently everyone's worst nightmare right now. If I can find the pop-up. Not the people's favourite driver. His tyres currently quite cold, and we just passed that wreckage of Goose, which apparently was caused by Tommy. We will have a look at Mr. M and see what Mr. M is doing. The right camera on. One more Pocomo driver is left in the race, and that is Mr. M, the teammate to Alfie, who got taken out at the end of lap 1. Massive crash, barrel rolls, and that left Alfie unable to enter the pit lane, and unfortunately unable to fix his car. So it's just the way of racing sometimes, and yeah. Talks about this are going to go long into the early hours of tomorrow. Anyway, through campus we go. No, this is Piff Paff. Oh, yeah, I love Piff Paff. It's my favourite corner. And that's Mr. M driving onto the rear wing of Kimmy. Not exactly the way you don't do damage to your car, but, well, we've seen it here. So Mr. M is now carrying a little bit of damage, and we will keep that in mind as he starts another lap. Well, starts another lap in a few minutes, a few seconds, but... oh, I'm also on the wrong screen. There we go. Oh, I wondered why I had a few more things. Anyway, here we go. The safety car will enter the pit lane at some point, and we will go racing again. And we will have to see what Tommy does. It's very far back, though. I don't know what's wrong. Now, don't mind that Dutch GP and APS are using the same livery. They are different teams. Dutch GP does have a commemorative livery, but it's I'm not sure why he's using the APS livery. Kimi, that is very interesting. I think I wonder what happened to his livery. It was fine yesterday. You've got Kimi weaving, Tumi weaving, and then Mr. M just driving straight. Little Kimi Räikkönen of the pack right here. 20 minutes in and we are only on 7. Well, this is definitely something that we've had. And yeah, 3 drivers left. I don't think Race Control trusts these drivers to be by themselves. I'm not sure what is going to happen. 21 minutes in, and we're going through Puon. And the safety car is ending. Official word. The safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap, so that the drivers will now slow down. Well, Kimi will slow down. The other drivers can't overtake anyone. And we wait to go green. Riding on board now with Mr. M. We will see just how he decides to go. Mr. M driving for Pocomo, not for APS. Mid-season transfer, which I put a bit aware of. The engine's revving up. And we wait. Green flag now, so whenever Kimi is ready, we will go, but no overtaking into the start-finish line. Very important rule, that. Any moment now. 3 drivers. Anything can happen. Nose to bumper right there. Mr. M to Kimi. You'll be able to taste his exhaust in a few moments if he gets any closer. And he's pushing it very long as he can, Kimi, before launching. And I think he's going to launch on the apex of this corner. I was wrong. He's still pushing it. Where's he going to go? He goes now. Are we going to see an overtake into turn 1 from Goose? Let's have a look. Into turn 1, a massive lockup from Goose and Mr. M as they both go wide. Mr. M, slightly better exit. I think he's going to try and do an overtake on Goose up Rouge. Let's have a look. Both drivers similarly distanced, and there is no move into Rouge or Radion. What about through Kemmel? Everything looks fine through Kemmel, and the gap gets closer and closer. And we actually overtake Kimi. Massive lockup from all 3 drivers on our end. And now Tumi goes up the inside, down round the outside. Mr. M keeps him behind. But now, is he going to try and defend into Rivage? No, he doesn't. And no attack given by Tumi, and that is that little battle over. Oh, massive correction by Mr. M. He manages to keep it on the track, though, impressively. And we go through Puon now. Very wide goes Mr. M. That is not the line that you want to take. If he does that too often, he will get told off by the stewards into Piff Paff, locking up on the front right for Mr. M right there. The damage obviously costing him a bit of performance. Locking up again, he's locking up quite a lot, is Mr. M. We will have to see how this affects his tyres as we go up to Blanchimont on lap 8. What's going to happen from Timmy? Is he going to go for an attack, or is he going to stay behind? We'll have to see. A little bit of desync right there. And I'll do a little bit of moving magic and do that. And we everything looks fine currently. Defending very hard before the corner, and Mr. M's going to have to slow down a whole lot. To me, with the natural line, he is a lot faster. He's now on Mr. M's tail because of that aggressive defensive move. Through Rouge we go now, and Radion, and it all looks settled. Down Kemmel, and the Kemmel straight. Toomey is going around the outside. He's going to try and pull a sneaky alongside. They are almost down the outside. Tries Toomey, locking up from Mr. M. Keeps Toomey behind. And he's going to try again through Malmedy. Single file. Mr. M's pulled it sideways. He's in the barrier and he is out. Can he get it back to the pit lane? That's the important question. Looks like he can, but just very slowly. I wonder what the race control are going to call, whether they'll say that's fine, or whether they'll call the virtual safety car. They've called things before, and they've called a red flag. That is probably going to be the end of the race, and we will have to see what the stewards decide, what the race control says is going to happen. I'm not sure what is going to be called here. We will have to see. The drivers will now make their way back to the pit lane, and let's have a look at Kimi through Blanchimont. They're still rocketing their cars there. You'd expect them to go a bit slower. And, into the pit lane he goes. We will need to see what happens. Race will not resume. That is the end of the race. And this is your winner, Kimi Räikkönen. Well, we just call him Kimi. So, interesting to see what happened in that race. And so everyone, please pay respects for the national anthem of the winning driver. If I can find it on my... oh, it's going to be in there. So, pay respects for the national anthem for the winning driver. Well, that was the race. And let's just have a look at Mr. M. He is trying to make his way back to the pits. And what the drivers are asking is, if he does make it back to the pit lane, can they continue? Now, the race controller's already said that the race will not restart. He's currently at Piff Path, and he's got himself... almost had himself beached. I don't think that they're going to... because I don't think that they're going to say he's going to make it back in time. If we go back to Season 1, there was an incident where one of the drivers got stuck, was trying to get himself unstuck and back to, well, at that time, the finish line because it was the final lap. But he took too long, and so the steward said that he was out. I think that's what's going to happen here. But we will have to see. I think they're just going to have to say no, he's not going to make it back. Well, we will now need to see if anyone has wants to do an interview. I'll just pose the question. Well, I thought it was on. Hello, Alfie. This is not Alfie. Right, so we have the Goose here. The Goose didn't finish. He was in P4 at the time of his DNF. And unfortunately, we had just lost connection to the server when that happened. So would you care to explain what led your car to suddenly be stationary upside down?
Yes, so I had round about the same outcome as Alfie when it came to trying to deal with Toomey, because right now Alfie is in a battle for a very close finish of the season. But going out, I was defending on the inside line. He came up behind me going through the chicane, and all of a sudden he decides to steer straight and flip me into the gravel. So it's speculation, but I have a feeling that both incidents with Toomey were purposeful, as we were both points that would basically antagonize him in the final outcome.
Of course, everything's speculation. You had an alright race until that point. How was it going for you until then?
It was all right. I have been practicing a lot on defending, and that did pay off. It's just for both times, it seems that the guy I was defending didn't seem to know how to drive a car properly. So in turn, 2 Pocomo drivers have been taken out by the same person, and we will be having a look at that in the future.
Wow. Thank you, and well, hopefully next weekend in what's it, West Coast USA? Hopefully next weekend
the last race
towards your favour.
Hopefully.
Kimmy.
Yeah, what a spectacular race it was, with the crashes that we've had, and we had to have stopped the race because only 2 drivers were remaining. Kind of, yeah, sad, feeling sad about it. Could have been a very good race. So.
You finished P1, a lot of points added to your total. Does that make you feel good that it ended this way?
It makes me feel good that I have points, but it doesn't make me feel good that it had to be like this. Because what I imagined was that was gonna be a good fight with Alfie and with MRM, and that it has to end like this is just heartbreaking, to be honest.
Everyone seemed to have an issue with Tumi today, but you seemed, as far as I saw, to be the only one who didn't have coming together with him. How was your race with Tumi?
Well, we had a good team strategy. We had to change a lot since of the crashes. All the crashes has been desync though, from what I've heard. Which is just sad that there is so much desync, and that it's especially to me. It's just yeah, very sad because Alfie and Tumi could have had an amazing battle. It was very close going on the long big straight. And I was just shocked when I looked back, saw what happened. I was just like, no, bro, not like this.
Next weekend is the West Coast USA. You've been decent there in the past few times we've gone. Do you think your luck's going to continue?
Well, I hope, because Gab, of course, who has retired from the season, I hope to get like P2, at least a podium next race, so I can get P3 in the championship. Probably my fight with MRM is also over now. That would have been also a really good fight, and it's just so sad that it has to end like this.
And final question for you, Kimmy. After the previous F3 race, it was announced that your teammate had been banned until early next year. Does that affect you in any way? Does that affect the team morale? What does that do?
Well, to be honest, it did not affect me that much. Like, Levy, his awareness wasn't very good. He had a lot of incidents, and he was not very good on pace this season. And yeah, it's just not expectable that, like, he wasn't one of the fastest. While he had like ABS on and some other assists I've heard. Yeah, if I knew that, then I don't know if I would go in a team with him. This is not what I've expected. This whole season is just mind-blowing. This is the craziest season BeamGP has ever had.
Alright, well, congrats on your win, and see
Thank
you next
you.
weekend. Alfie,
Yep.
Hello.
You didn't have the longest race, and
Yeah.
you feeling alright after that crash?
I mean, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? Both of us going a little bit too hard, and then Beam MP is just too bad with the Wi-Fi for good racing. But that's basically it. I was 90% sure coming into this race that I actually couldn't win the championship anymore. It's not been confirmed by anyone, but I was pretty sure I was too far behind. But that's definitely the case now.
Does this change your approach for next weekend then?
I don't know. Belasco's a fun track. I always really get in the groove around there. Last Grand Prix was obviously last Grand Prix. Last Belasco was abnormal, but before then, they've all been good. I've already made a setup for Belasco, so we'll see. It feels pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I wish you good luck.
What can you do, eh?
in,
I've had a stinker of a season.
Yeah. Well, you've won the last 3, so it's about time you give someone else a title.
Yeah. I think I said you can't win them all.
Nah. Well, good luck next weekend.
Should've, would've, could've.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone, and as we've said multiple times, next weekend is, of course, the final weekend of Season 4. It's going to be a potential championship battle. We are going to have Alfie fighting for maybe his 4th battle, his 4th title. And do you want to know something, a secret? You can catch them all here on this YouTube channel and here on this Twitch channel. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll be back next weekend in these very same places. I'll catch you then. Goodbye.